wake up, welcome to me, welcome back to Thailand. It's True Blue Thai here from Thailand. Hope you're doing well. It's 1 Jan here in Thailand. Sunny day, lovely, beautiful sunny day. Bit of white clouds hanging around, but preparing for the rain. But we expect some rain, a bit of a rainstorm tomorrow, but we'll see. I've got to go running in Thailand, if it's raining tomorrow, but it's very hot today. I'm going to run to the market later on, but it's about 35 degrees easy today. I've just done an hour of brushing leaves, and while I've been trying to think about what to say and how to say it, and how to crawl out from my hole again, my pit. I've actually been listening. After the Spurs game, I was really disappointed. But this time I've kind of I wouldn't say, for instance, I wouldn't say I'm actually as much disappointment as I was against Spurs. But I'm still disappointed because again we've lost. Again to Brighton, after going 1-0 up, again to second half goals. So what's changed? It appears not much. So it is a bit disappointing to say the least. So can't tell you, a bit naffed off. And now we've got the international snore, which is boring as hell. And I'm not watching any of it, and because again it's just dead games against dead teams, and all you worry about is your players coming back injured, and what a pathetic time I get to say every season why they have this who come up with this stupid idea. What we'll do, we'll start the Premier League season, then we'll stop and we'll have this international snore. It's so boring. It's so the Premier League and just the Premier League, the Serie A, Bundesliga, all the leagues. Everybody's excited to get the football back on underway, and then suddenly it got to stop for this crap, and so it just I just can't believe it. Anyway, and then after that we come back and play the Rags. So, oh God. I hate feeling this way, I really do, and it really is annoying. And it was so avoidable as well yesterday as well, but I'll tell you what we'll do. Rather than start, we'll just go through, because it is transfer deadline day, and there was rumours, strong rumours, because I know about what Man City need to do. I don't know about some player, two players at least, the goalkeeping situation. I believe, according to Fabrizio, listening to him yesterday, it appears that, for instance, everything's been booked for Donnarumma. The medical's been booked for Donnarumma. Terms and conditions are agreed. Fees been agreed. Everything is just basically it's just when he's going to. What time he arrives in Manchester and what time he has the medical. Simple as that. So everything's got to be done by 7 p.m. tonight UK time. It's really annoying. And but I also believe that the reason why, because it's the Turkish have been driving me mad. Doesn't end till the 12th of 12th of September, their transfer window. But I believe everything's been agreed with Fenerbahce over Edison. So I believe Fenerbahce is Manchester City with the Fenerbahce. The deal with that is now near enough done. I believe the price was 12 million. So I know Galatasaray trying to make it 8 million, but now 12 million, and so let's see what happens there. I believe Man City wanted 15, but I think they're going to stick with 12. I think it's a disgusting fee, really is, for Edison. He's a quality goalkeeper. He deserves a lot more better to be treated by Man City as being paid, and also by for instance, Fenerbahce, these clubs are trying to lowball Man City because he's old, he's on his last week in his contract. I understand that, but show some respect. You're getting a very good quality goalkeeper who could be your great, fantastic with his feet, brilliant at assists, and he was the one. He's the the kingmaker of the assists, the kingmaker playing with his feet, and all the other goalkeepers have tried. He's a legend. He really is. He's not nobody like him. For instance, so it's really disgusting. For instance, where Fenerbahce and Galatasaray have been trying to lowball us. Anyway, hopefully this will go through. They've got a few other players to go through as well. Fenerbahce, I believe they've got Asensio trying to get that done. Also, for instance, I've got another player, but also they've also I've just been listening to Trans Euro Express with Danny whatever on Talk Crap, and they were talking about how the fact that Jose Mourinho, as well as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as well as Ten Hag, 3 ex-Man United players, are all being sacked. Well, Mourinho's been sacked, so you know, which is anyway. So that which is weird for in a Fenerbahce. Galatasaray sacking Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I think that's right. And then Ten Hag has been sacked, going to get sacked by Leverkusen. So you can't believe it. I can't believe it. So I believe Turkey was in France yesterday. With his mate, because he's going to be out now for the next 2 months, which is annoying. Again, so yeah, injuries again still blighting Manchester City's team. So Turkey's not going to be. We're going to lose him for 2 months. It's just unbelievable. You know, I mean, we get players in. We're not the only ones, etc. But for instance, it's just so annoying, Man City, with that injury situation at the moment. And to key players as well. Just want to congratulate Erling Haaland on his 100th. So he's got his 100th. Was it 100? Yeah. And Erling Haaland has now made 100 appearances in the Premier League. And he scored last season against Brighton, and he scored yesterday against Brighton. But congratulations, Erling Haaland. Shame he didn't score converted more. We would have been talking a different story, and my voice would be a lot more happier than what it is right now. But congratulations, Erling Haaland. Fantastic. Right, yeah. So, and the next 3. Yeah, the next 3. The next 3. It doesn't look good reading that. It really doesn't. I've just been listening to Trans Euro Express, and they would talk about Napoli, and for instance, Napoli getting the ball over the line. They're the Italian champions, and they've won the first 2 games. So so that's not going to be an easy game. So we've got the scumbags, we got Napoli, and then we got Arsenal. And Arsenal do what Arsenal do yesterday. What did they do? Lost against Liverpool. Turned up pretty bad. A poor team as usual, doing the same things what Arsenal do. So anyway, so let's go on to this. The Brighton 2, Man City 1. Not the score I wanted in any way whatsoever. I'd even accepted a draw, but not a defeat. Not the way we started, not the way with the first hour we controlled the game. Even though, for instance, I was not very happy with Manchester City's performance, really, 100%. I thought there was a lot of missed passes, there was a lot of structure of the team wasn't good. Mamouche, who I thought Man City's best player, kind of like got in with the players too much. So there was just too much. I don't know. For instance, there was a bit of uncertainty at the back, for one thing, and then there was the City were playing very. For instance, it was disjointed. I thought a lot of the game, but Brighton were worse, and I think they had 1 shot on goal. And that was their worst start to the at half time. Their worst start to the Amex, for instance, since they moved into the Amex. So so to sit there, so they were pretty bad. But the manager reacted to it, brought 4 substitutes on, and things changed 100%. And City crumbled, and the transitions again, and and we made 2 stupid mistakes again with Nunes and his hands. Again, you can't put your hands up. I know you're trying to protect your face. I know it's an instinct, but you can't do that. And so, for instance, we saw the same thing with Fulham against Chelsea, and so it was automatic penalty. So we had no complaints there. And and James Milner come back and scored the goal to make it 1-1, and he looked quite happy. For instance, 40 years old and comes along. I believe he played very, very well during midweek against Oxford. So he's back on. He had to make it 1-1 and then 2-1, etc. It was just inevitable, really. Felt it. And the second half, we just lost our way. There was, and Doku came on. Don't know why Pep Guardiola took Omar Mouche off. That I can't understand. I thought he was our best player. So I just don't understand, really. And even with Rodri in the side, the midfield just looked open as hell. And so for instance, and Ryan Ignori and Nunes. Oh gee whiz, what can I say? Not good. And what was it called? Oscar Barb got the ball, but he was trying to do too much. I just wanted him to cross the ball, but he tried to too much, take on too many players, and just cross it. And for Christ's sake, it felt like he was just trying to walk the ball into the net. So, but the stats for the game: 36% Brighton, Manchester City 64%. The shot on targets again. They did all their work in the second half. They had 2 shots on the outside altogether, 7 shots on the inside the box. Man City had 8 shots on the outside, 3 shots on the inside in the target. But the first half stats, etc. was they had 1 shot. So corners 3-2 to Brighton, 16-14 on fouls. I thought some of the fouls done by Brighton, some of the play acting, some of the refereeing decisions was quite bad as well. Some of the City fouls, etc. Kuznetsov foul wasn't good, and a few others, etc. wasn't great. I'll hold my hand up and say that. But I thought their fouls were pretty bad. And I know that Kuznetsov went off with a knock. I believe he will be okay. But again, for instance, the last thing we need. No red cards, 2 yellow cards, and offsides. 1 offside. The starting lineup for City, I thought, again, I was happy with it. I thought it was a bit ambitious, but I thought, no, it was good. James Trafford, right, I ignore it, of course. Nunes over Lewis, I thought, well, okay, that was a bit better one. But I thought I would have Kuznetsov there, but we played Kuznetsov up, next to John Stones, which I thought overall, he felt okay. So I was quite happy with that. The problem is, I think a lot of players, etc. If they don't play a lot of games, they're always going to be a bit rusty. So Kuznetsov was I felt rusty. Nunes was a bit rusty. Lewis against Spurs was a little rusty. I ignore he just come back, etc. So it looked a bit rusty. Rodri had most touches, most passes, but he. For instance, he just needs time. Again, looks rusty. Chiana Reinders easing after his fantastic performance against Wolves. Kind of struggled a bit over the last couple of games. Got a few touches. Got brought down a lot. Got crowded a lot. For instance, but I thought he played okay. But again, had a pass to Haaland, etc., which should have been converted. Bernardo Silva, bit disappointing for me. Didn't do much. I expected him to do a bit more. But again, for instance, okay in the first half. Again, was a bit invisible the second half. Got substituted by Nicholas O'Reilly on the second. Erling Haaland, great first goal. For instance, distinctive. I thought Mamouche was going to score it. Then he just took over and he put the ball in the back of the net. He should have had a second and a third, which the game should have been basically wrapped up after the first half. But yeah. Oscar Barb again, frustrating for me again. Got the ball in great positions, expected an early cross, but I think it looked like he was trying to do too much. Again, still coming back after he had a year out last season, still coming back. Yeah. Michael Kanji not used. Jamie Doku came on, didn't do much at all. What did he get the service? Did he couldn't get it past his man? But again, that time I thought the team had no structure. Nico Gonzalez didn't do much either because of, well, XYZ. Nico O'Reilly came on, tried to make a difference. Nico Ilkay Gundogan didn't play. Also linked away. Ilkay, don't know where they'll go. Rico Lewis came on, didn't do too much. Edison didn't play. Nifanaki didn't play, and Ruben Diaz came on for Kuzinov. Didn't do too much either. I think overall, for instance, I thought again the first half, etc. I thought we were the better team. We controlled it, especially at the start of the first half. They were passing it about. They hadn't really no idea. It was their full substitutes, which I thought was a bit ambitious. And they come along and they just attack Man City. And as soon as you attack Man City through the midfield, we crumble. So yeah. Rodri, some of our play really good in performances, and he's a top character. Happy he played for 90 minutes. Yeah, that was good. And I said he could handle the minutes in the national teams. Like many things that we were doing when we were coming back to another squad. Rodri's reaction, disappointed because Man City, and we're Man City and we come here to win. But in reality, we are not at the level for a long time. And the only way to come back is to look at ourselves. The reality, I think, will start well, but in the second half we dropped off a little bit, and they're home at home with their pressure. Their fans were dead. I could hear people shouting. It was so dead, and all I could hear is City fans. City fans went quiet in the second half, but and it was again they got the goal, and then they started screaming and shouting. But other than that, they were quiet as a mouse. I think we started well. Yeah, okay. We're missing the level. I don't know. Called it what you want. It's a matter of the team changes. New players have to adapt when you change the team. Too much difficulty. It is our reality. It's not an excuse. We have to look at ourselves and see that this is not the way to achieve things. Let's go into the international break, clear our minds and come back stronger. I don't think we had control of the game. I don't think we were at their best. We didn't create much in many aspects today. We should win because the 2 goals we conceded are two mistakes. Some of the mistakes were made like kid mistakes. This is football. When you lose, it's really it's easy to point out everyone. The reality is that we have to raise our level if we want to compete for the Premier League. Which is and that's Rodri. I agree with him. My personal. Let's have a see what Pep says, and then we'll go on for my personal continued feelings. We conceded the goal, and after that, it shifted. Until then, it was really, really good. We had chances at the team. It looked aggressive and dynamic. We made a good hour, and then after the first half an hour, we were not good. We forgot to pass the ball. We played the long balls, and we were not good enough. This is what it is. Erling is our biggest threat, but in general, we made a good hour. And after we conceded the goal, a bit like Tottenham, we conceded everywhere. We didn't continue to do what we needed to do. It can happen. You have to have time. Because it's possible to concede in the Premier League, and of course everyone makes the substitutions to get better, and they did it, it's all changed after the goal. We have a really good squad, and of course we changed many things from the past till now. This is normal, and we need new players to adapt. We need older ones to help them cope. And I think this is it. And I think this is where Man City at the moment, we are a team in transition, and this is what we have to accept. And my high hopes for the season kind of dashed a bit. I do believe, for instance, if Manchester City can get that blend together, it's not over at all. Even Liverpool went 3 out of 3. For instance, I do believe, for instance, we can get better. For instance, we got some very good players and some good, and again, I just do feel that there is rooms for improvement and there's rooms for Man City to grow. But again, we check what we needed to. Everybody was asking us to get rid of the youngs, get rid of the old players. I mean, I've done that. We brought in the new players, okay, and it's going to take them time to gel together. And I think that is it. We need to get to understand each other. Now we need to get the transfer window overdone. Good. Get that rid of it. Now hopefully we can get Donna in, whatever, and get the goalkeeping situation sat out, because that's not helping at all. Because that's adding a lot of doubt in the team, etc. And getting used to new goalkeepers. And that's one thing. 3 new goalkeepers, so we could end up with, which is we've never seen that before. Maybe got the odd one, but not 3. And again, the players used to playing with Edison, and now are playing with James Trafford. They got to get used to him, and Donnarumma, they get used to him, etc. So so we have to see what happens. But I just think it's a transitional, and we have to find how to win, for instance, and how to put it all together. And also, for instance, we've got to stop getting injuries, because the injuries are killing us. Phil Foden, no Guardiola. For instance, the top players for us. For instance, Kuzanov going off, Shirkin out injured. I know the teams have it. I don't care about other teams, but it's the fact that, for instance, it is affecting our play. So, for instance, and hopefully it will line out. It's only the early start of the season. I look at other teams as well. Spurs were supposed to be doing well, and then they had a bad game. Aston Villa not doing well. They got locked yesterday, stuffed. We haven't been stuffed yet, really, by anybody. For instance, so we got some tough games coming up without a shadow of a doubt after this international snore. But I believe, for instance, it's going to take time, and we hope to come flying out the box, but unfortunately not. So Newcastle, see how they go. But again, it's a long ass season, and if we're there about in January, okay, then we've still got an opportunity and still got a chance. If we're over 10 points away in January, for instance, then we're probably not going to win the league. But if, for instance, we've still got an opportunity, so it's not the worst doom and gloom. And again, I think, for instance, teams could get all the surprise result. The West Ham result, 3-0, against Forest. That was a shocker. Everybody expecting Forest to beat West Ham, but that was a shock and a half. So Aston Villa, again, the way they playing, there could be quite a few shots this season, so it's not all doom and gloom. If you probably, in my voice, etc., I feel a bit doom and gloom, but I've got every reasons to be cheerful, and hopefully we can get back to winning ways after this international snore. Anyway, got deadline day today, so see if we can get the Donnarumma thing over the line. Hopefully we will, and Eddie can go with my good graces. Thank you, Eddie. And see what happens, and who come and go since today. So, but I think this uncertainty is not helping at all, and that's the reason why this transfer window has to stop, close, until we know what squad is staying. And again, there's uncertainty with the players as well. That's got to be added to. So there's quite a few things what's going on at the moment in City, and it's clearly showing on the pitch. Anyway, guys, I'll be keeping an eye on the transfer window, and I'll be back tomorrow. And hopefully, for instance, we've got Donnarumma over the line, and for instance, we know exactly who our squad is for the season, 25-26 season. But guys, keep positive, and I'll speak to you soon.